coalition of Buhari supporters and friends has called on security operatives to investigate and arrest and prosecute Senator Kashim Shettima over plots to overthrow President Muhammadu Buhari. According to the group, the Borno Central Senator has crossed into treasonable territory with his latest utterances on national security and must be immediately brought to book. In a statement signed by its president, Dr. Shamsuddin Abu, on Wednesday, the coalition accused Shettima of being behind the security situation in the northeast. The coalition of Buhari supporters and friends reminded the lawmaker that as governor of Borno State for 8 years, he abused his office and failed to find any tangible solution before rushing off to the National Assembly. Instead of a document or seek the audience of the president, the group noted that Shettima has resorted to hitting the polity in a bid to discredit and possibly lead a revolt against the current administration. The coalition of Buhari supporters and friends therefore demanded the immediate arrest of Shettima for treason. It, however, urged the federal government to immediately direct the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Nigeria Police Force to act before Shettima does more damage. According to the statement by this coalition, saying the coalition of Buhari supporters and friends is disappointed at the vilification of President Muhammadu Buhari by former Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima, who now represents his state's central senatorial district at the National Assembly. In the desperate bid to undermine President Buhari, Shettima has crossed into the treasonable territory for which he must be immediately investigated, arrested if found culpable, and subsequently tried. We find it most unfortunate that Senator Shettima is still trapped in the impish disposition of ventilating his perceived grievances in the media when he could have sought and gained an audience with President Buhari to constructively make his observations and suggestions for addressing the lingering security situation in the northeast and other parts of the country, instead of deliberately hitting the polity with engagements that are not meant to yield a positive result. Shettima's behavior is, however, not surprising because it is consistent with the theatrics of someone who has nothing of substance to offer in the first place. Someone with workable solutions would have documented the same and present to the federal government as an asset in addressing the decade-long Boko Haram insurgency. In other climes, a public office holder like Shettima, who abused his 8-year stay in office as governor to strengthen the Boko Haram, would have been sacked from politics by the electorate to insulate the system from further contamination from his treasonable activities. The entire country is much aware of how wanted Boko Haram commanders were harbored in properties linked to Shettima and his associates, a development that enabled them to evade apprehension by law enforcement agencies. A coalition reminds Shettima that he cannot eat his cake and have it is a major factor in the current state of insecurity that Borno State with the entire northeast axis is facing today. He cornered all the funds meant for local government councils in Borno State and refused to build or reconstruct rural infrastructure that would have made it possible for people to return home, which would have prevented the vacuum that Boko Haram insurgents are exploiting. As a result, the former governor's outburst for us suggests someone that wants to execute a civilian coup to overthrow President Buhari, which is why he arrogated to himself the power and capacity to determine for Mr. President how many military chiefs he should fire and appoint. Even for a man who has on many occasions with his allies in the southwest organized prayers with marabouts for President Buhari to become medically incapacitated, his latest round of campaign of calumny has reached a new level of callousness. The former governor's media interview, in which he flared President Buhari, must not be misconstrued as something geared towards the common good, but rather it should be seen for what it is, which is a media offensive meant to inspire Boko Haram terrorists with the notion that the government is divided on the war against terrorism. Shettima is also strategically tapping into the prevailing mood in the country in a way that will cause widespread disaffection against the person and office of the president, such that there will be an orchestrated breakdown of law and order, results in action and physical violent attack on the government. The coalition of Buhari supporters and friends therefore demand the immediate arrest of Kashim Shettima for treason. The federal government must, to this end, immediately direct the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Nigerian Police Force to act before Shettima does more damage. He should be put on trial for whatever indictment is found against him upon investigation. These people, they call themselves a Buhari this, Buhari that. They are very, they don't know what they are talking about. They are the enemy of this country. Once anybody begins to say the truth, why is it that this position is always, it's just what they think about? So you know all these secrets and you have not been saying anything because he has come out to say what he wants to say. That is when you now begin to release all that he has done. Is Buhari doing well? Well, okay, they should just go and arrest him because anybody that just speaks against not even against, nobody speaking against Buhari, speaking the wrong things Buhari is doing. The next thing they want to remove him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's not what we're not going to be seeing in this country. It's unfortunate. Little food and wine in their hands, they form groups, not in the interest of the country, but to open doors for personal gains. Big time foods, but for Shettima, all evil men do will surely come after them. No groups or coalition anywhere is all fake. The presidential aid on information are always doing this to protect their boss Buhari. Coalition of dementia patients, coalition or whatever you call yourself, defending the president, shameless presidents, a group of buffoons, coalition of fools and criminals. But when people go and look for work, even wheelbarrow pushing can help, deceiving the foolish idiots occupying Aso Rock looking for relevance. Are the northerners really human beings? If yes, why are they not behaving and reasoning like humans? Coalition of vultures looking for carcass. Hungry and wretched people, you are ever ready to sell your conscience and even your children for a pot of porridge. Coalition of what? So you fools criticizing Buhari is a cool aboki brain. So to you fool, criticizing Buhari is a coup. If you just criticize him, the next thing you want to is a coup. They want to topple the government of Buhari because they know that it's incapacitated, just like this man said it. Junai Mohammed said it's incapacitated. That it's like he's relating him as a madman. That the situation of Buhari now is as good as a mad person. It's unfortunate.